Existem muitas técnicas e estratégias para se aprender inglês, mas no final das contas, se você não destruir o primeiro e mais importante bloqueio mental, você não vai conseguir falar. E esse bloqueio é simplesmente a crença de que você precisa entender tudo antes de começar a falar. De que cada palavra tem que fazer sentido e lógica na tua cabeça antes de você falar. No LinguaBLOX, nesse método que a gente ensina aqui, não é sobre entender para falar, mas sem falar para entender. Quando você começa a falar usando os blocos, naturalmente o entendimento vai vir e você vai conseguir se expressar e entender com tranquilidade. Então, no vídeo a seguir, eu vou mostrar um trecho de uma aula que eu estou falando com um aluno de inglês meu, que já está comigo faz um tempo, e já consegue conversar. E a sacada que ele teve, que fez ele aprender inglês, é a principal virada de chave que você precisa ter para poder começar a falar também. Então, vem comigo.
So in the beginning, you're saying that it was hard, right? Why was it hard for you in the beginning, Pedro?
Oh, I remember in the beginning that I tried to learn in English with music, and they don't have any sense exactly because in my mind, tra- because in Portuguese mind, if we translate each thing, it doesn't make sense. And then we start, oh, English is very difficult, but you need to put on your mind that it doesn't make sense at all, and that's it. You need to learn that. And the other way, you are learning English, and that's it. It's not exactly how it is in Portuguese. And then when I realized that, then my English like improved a lot.
Amazing. What you're saying right now, it's the number one. Get this. It's the number one reason that some people can speak a language and most people can't. And there is a very nerdy term, like a very nerd thing. There's a scientific term for this. It's called the suspension of disbelief, right?
Okay.
I'll explain with an example. So, when you go and watch a horror movie,
Okay.
right? When you watch a horror movie, any movie, by the way, but let's pretend it's a horror movie, right? You know that those things happening on the screen are not real. So there's no real monster coming at you to kill you. But you
Yeah.
still feel afraid. You still feel the panic. You're just like, oh, holy shit. You still feel that. It's because for at least a couple hours during the movie, you have done what they call the suspension of disbelief. So you know it's not real, but okay, let's pretend it's real just for the movie. So your mind accepts that information, and then you can enjoy and experience the movie. Right? In English or in any other language, that happened to me in Arabic. I was first learning when you want to say, for example, I'm Fabio, right? I am Fabio. You say Ana Fabio, right? Ana means I, eu, right? Means I, but also means I am. So they don't use the verb to be in the present. They have a verb to be, but you don't use the present, only in the
Yes.
past or the imperfect, whatever, but you don't use the present. So you'd be like, yeah, Ana Fabio, Ana mean Brazil. I am from Brazil. Ana mean from Brazil. Ana mean Brazil. Literally saying I from Brazil. I, Fabio. You don't use I am because it's somehow implicit. But if you want to translate word by word, you'd be like, okay, so where is the I am?
Yeah.
Eu sou, eu, Fábio, what the?
And then you started to think like, but how I'm gonna learn if there is two meanings? But
Yes.
you were gonna learn, man, because in that case, you're gonna know what the guy are saying if you know that word.
Yes.
because of course in English there is some word and some expression that you can use in different ways, and then when you are learning you think that, but how I'm gonna know that it's this or that? But you're gonna know, and you're gonna know.
Just like the song we're listening, the Maroon 5, I don't mind, I don't mind, eu não faço mente, I don't, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. How can I learn a language that doesn't make sense? The thing is, you just suspend your disbelief that that doesn't make sense, and you'll be like, okay, for the
Now,
next hour that I'm learning English, I'm gonna pretend that that makes sense. So how
yeah,
can I use this? You know, and you go for
like,
it.
yeah, you ask it for, like, for you, teacher, it's mean that, yeah. So in your mind, you said, okay, now when I'm gonna read that, it's mean that thing in Portuguese. But I
Yes.
know that all the things separate, right, not together, is all a lot of meanings. But I know that all this together, like block in blocks, like you used to
Yes,
learn,
yes. The
used to
LinguaBLOX,
teach.
yes.
Yeah, then all this together in a blocks means that. So then you're gonna learn that.
It's like that. At the end of the day, when we think of a word, what comes to mind, it's not other words. For example, if I say ice cream, what do you think?
Ice cream, sorvete.
Yes, you're very good. You think of ice cream. You think of like a cone and then like balls and maybe like maybe a different sorbet for you, like a different ice cream. Maybe you think of chocolate. Maybe you think of vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you think of strawberry. I don't know, but you're thinking about ice cream.
Yeah.
What doesn't happen? Like there's an image for you, right? There's an image of sorbet
Yeah.
in your mind that poof that pops up. What doesn't happen is that you think of the word for sorbet. Oh, here's the word sorbet. Here's the word gelato. Here's the word. No, it just comes an image. Oh, that's the image
Yeah.
of ice cream. And by doing that, we can just learn more and more and
True.
actually speak what we think, or we can express ourselves, right? Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah, and we cannot think like ice cream, ice and cream, um gelo creme.
Creme gelado, like what the fuck, man? Yeah, exactly. So yes, yes. So every language has its craziness, you know, like every language has something crazy. But if you don't suspend your disbelief, if you don't act like, okay, that let's pretend it's like that, how can I use? And you don't focus on using, that you're not gonna learn. And that's why
Yeah.
you use LinguaBLOX. Here's the blocks. Just you see the box, just use the box, and you're gonna learn. That's how it goes. That's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You've been learning English with me for a while now, right? Like, what do you
Yeah.
think about LinguaBLOX? Do you think like if you had to start over, like many years ago when you first learned English, and using LinguaBLOX, would that be faster, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, it would be fast because I would, yeah, I wouldn't spend a lot of time like learning a lot of tapes and grammar things that take a lot of time, right? Like you, if you study all these verbs and thing and yeah, English things, it's hard. And in blocks, I would get a like a context that I like, and then, oh, let's talk a lot of about this, but in blocks, and then, oh, now I'm good. Let's talk about other things, and then when you get, like, when you get a lot of types, and I don't know how can I say, but a lot of different conversations in blocks, and then it's gonna start be easy because now you have a base,
Yep.
a thing, and of course it's easy when you start saying something already, like you start in 1 month and you are speaking a little bit, because when I started learning English, and to say something, it took a lot of time.
It took a lot of time, yeah. It took a lot of time. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but anyway, man.
Very good, man.